Welcome to the farm.
Welcome to the farm. I'm Justin, and about 2 years ago we started working on cleaning up this tree line in between our two fields, and we've ended up with some big piles of brush like this one, this massive one, and this one. But after looking at these piles for about 2 years now, I want to start getting rid of them. I'm sick of seeing them, and I know Dana's sick of seeing them too. Normally what I would do is I'd just pull the tractor up, set up here, chip into a big pile, and that would be it. But I don't want to have multiple piles all around the farm. I want to kind of get all these chips centrally located so I can use them for different projects around the farm. So we're going to find a way that we can move these easily. So my thought is to be able to park the tractor and the chipper over by the pile so I'm not dragging the branches around, and then chip into the back of our gator that has a hydraulic dump bed on it. We could just use it as is, but I think it would make a big mess and we'd have to shoot the chips down into the bed like this. But I think they'd spray over and make a big mess and just wouldn't be pleasant. So I think what we're gonna end up doing is making a removable chip box for the back of this thing so we can shoot straight into the back, hit the back, fall down, and then really get a lot of capacity out of this little gator. So I don't really have a plan on how I'm gonna do this. I just kind of thought of this project last week and haven't put much thought into actually building it. But I have a bunch of cut off plywood pieces, a bunch of 2x2s. So we're just gonna start building and see what we come up with. All right, so I got my first side built. I think it's gonna work out all right. The plan is to mount it to the bed using the holes that are already existing in the side rails. So I put my mounting board on the outside so I can fasten in here. And my bed is 51.5 inches wide and my plywood is 48 inches wide. So I put my framing on the inside to make up the difference so I still have something to screw the top and the back into. We'll see if it all works out, but I'm gonna go ahead, make another side, then we'll get to putting the top and the back on, see what it looks like. All right, so the box is all assembled, screwed down to the gator. Originally, I was thinking this was going to be too short, but now that I see it on here, I'm really happy with the height. I think it's the perfect size for the gator. I wouldn't want to go too much taller because it's going to be hard to get through like trees and branches and stuff. And this is going to be able to hold a lot of wood chips. And I think if we went any bigger, it might start getting too heavy for the gator itself. But yeah, let's go ahead. Let's run this through a dump cycle, see how this box holds up on top. Well, it passed the first dump test. I think what we need to do next is get the chipper on the tractor, head over to one of those piles, and let's test out shooting some chips into this thing. So I've been chipping for about an hour now, and that's not an hour of solid chipping. I had a few shear pins I had to replace, and saw ran out of gas, and untangling everything, cutting everything up, getting it to the chipper. So it wasn't just feeding for an hour straight. But we got quite a bit of wood chips in here, and we could still fit quite a bit more. I'm really happy with the capacity of this, and I'm happy with how it caught the chips. There's not a ton of chips off the side. There's a little bit on the ground right here, but that's gonna happen just coming out of the chipper anyway. And let's go take a look and see how clean it kept the gator. So we still shot quite a bit of stuff into the gator, but I had the chute set so it was just like skimming the top of the board, so some of the stuff was going over. If I adjust the chute down a little bit more, we'd get probably less in the box, but I don't think we'd get all this debris. And I think that's what I might do just to kind of keep this cleaner. But let's go ahead and test out the dump. So that's a pretty good load of wood chips. I'd say that's probably 3 or 4 loader buckets full on my Kubota. So not bad. And dumped out really good out of the gator. The gator's completely empty. I'm really happy with how that worked. So I'm really happy with how the box turned out. I wish I could have had this assembled so I could take it apart in pieces instead of one big box. I am able to do it by myself though, so it's not that big of a deal. but it just would have been handier for like storing it away, taking it on and off, that kind of stuff. But it cost me $0. This was all stuff that I just had laying around, and that's why when I'm done with a project, I really don't throw anything out, because I can end up doing stuff like this with it. So I just want to say thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this. We'll see you in the next one. Bye.